You're listening to the DTF podcast, Down to Fitness, where we turn personal trainers into fitness professionals. We're your hosts, Dayton McPherson and Kyle Radune.
So Kyle, before this episode started, you and I were talking about Pokemon. Did you play Pokemon when you were a kid?
Absolutely not.
No,
I did not.
Are you kidding?
So my first experience with Pokemon was Pokemon Go as like an adult.
Oh, like the little phone game where you like flip the Pokeball
what was it?
or
I
whatever?
want to say like 2017, 2018. Pokemon Go came out, the app, and I'll never forget working in the gyms. And for probably 3 to 6 months, my entire team of trainers was running around the gym collecting Pokemon in like the corner of the weight room and stuff like that. So that's when I first started. Like I played like that game, but no, I never collected the cards. I didn't really know who all the characters were. I only know of like Pikachu because of your stuffed animal collection and like some of that stuff. That was not my thing when I was a kid.
How are we even friends if you don't mess with Pokemon, man? What the hell?
Fortunately, we seem to get along on the fitness things, so we'll just roll with that.
All right. So speaking about fitness, today's episode is going to be discussing revenue per member, or also known as the Dayton Squeeze. It sounds inappropriate, but it's not inappropriate. Basically, what you're trying to do with the Dayton Squeeze and revenue per member is you're trying to have less members or less clients invest more time and also money into your products, whether that be, you're doing personal training, small group training, you're doing nutrition counseling sessions, you have supplements at your gym. How can I get a smaller amount of people to invest more in me? That way I can focus on those people, but they're spending more money than just somebody doing a one time a week, half an hour program. And honestly, those people that do the one time a week, half hour are probably your biggest pains in the butts anyways. They think that you're going to give them the world, even though you've got people that train with you 3 times a week for an hour that have to get more of your attention. And those are the people that I want to focus on. Like the more that you invest in me, the more that I'm going to invest in you. That's kind of how the world works, right?
For sure. And I think this is something that I even struggled with early on in my career, because when I first got started, I think this is a fine way to get started. But when I was new, I wanted to sign up everybody no matter what. And my whole goal was this race to, it didn't matter how many clients I had, it was a race to how many sessions or how many dollars I was bringing in. So when you meet with, especially in the big box gym world, and you're a new trainer, I had the opportunity to do 1, 2, 3 assessments or consultations per day.
Right.
So you have basically your lead funnel is just pouring in. And I was trying my best to sign up every single one of them, no matter what. And in my mind, it was like, if I had a consultation, someone came in, they signed up 1 time a week. Awesome. I was 1 hour closer to my 40 hours. And that was a huge win for me. And in the beginning, it is. What I quickly learned within that first year is I sold probably 40 different clients. 20 of them were doing 1 time a week. Maybe they were half hours. Maybe they were 60 minutes. And then I had about 8 clients that were doing 3 times a week. And, so it averaged out to like maybe an hour per client.
Right.
So now I basically got 40 hours I have to do with 40 different people. I have to write 40 different programs. I have to keep up with, building rapport with that many people and remembering their family and their kids' names and what they're doing this weekend. And at the end of the day, you're just not as good of a trainer when I'm trying to manage 40 different people. Over time, my favorite clients, those 8 that did 3 times a week, I actually was able to build the rapport with them. I was able to get them the results they were looking for. And now all of a sudden they were my absolute best clients. So that race to like getting to full time, just getting there is not even the purpose. Getting quality clients and getting as much as you can out of each person. And I think this is where we kind of transition to some of that Dayton Squeeze that we talk about, right?
Yeah. And you're right. When you first start off, you're trying to sign up every single person, so you can't get to full time. I totally get that. But as you advance in your career, you can be a little bit pickier, and you can try to get a lot of your current clients to do more and invest more, whether that be training with you more times a week, going in and doing small group training, going in and investing nutrition counseling sessions with you, stretching sessions, whatever that it might be, so that you can really give them the biggest results that you can. And it all starts off with membership first, because if you're in a big box gym, people are coming in because they are signing up for membership. And then typically what will happen is they'll sign up and do their consultation with you. And your job is to pitch personal training to them. Well, what happens if they say no? Like, are you just done? Like that's always been like a big issue for me, is like, we're not projecting all these other quality products that we have on these people. It just happened last week. We had a call at Health Tracks about Tribe, which is our small group training that we have. For those of you that don't know Tribe, go check it out. It's all pre-programmed stuff, kind of like MOSA or Les Mills, like we've talked about, but for small group training. They do the exercises, the workouts, the music, all that good stuff. And, you know, one of the big issues with starting small group is that not a lot of people know that we have it. So like when we do our consultations, and we always recommend the coaches will give the professional recommendation of doing personal training. Well, if someone can't afford personal training, or it's just not for them, or they don't think that they need it, well, are we also talking about small group with them after that? I would say 95% of the time, no, because not all of our coaches teach small group training. So if I don't teach it, and then I pitch to Kyle, like, Kyle, you and I should train twice a week for an hour for personal training, and then he says no, most of the time coaches aren't even bringing up small group or nutrition or anything like that. And that's an issue. Even if I'm not coaching those things, or I don't do it, like, we have to get those people to spend more money, because they'll get results by investing money into us. And that's the big thing. I just don't want people to think, oh, we're trying to suck people dry of money. It's like, no, these people are coming to the gym because they need help. Like, so I don't even know like what else to say. They need help. So we got to get that out of our mind, that we're just like throwing all these things at them. It's like, no, we're doing that because investing the money and the time will get them results.
Well, so, and I love that you said that, right? Because we are not here to take people's money. We are here to deliver we're here to deliver results. We're here to deliver a good service and value behind that service. So just because someone spends a little bit of money and maybe they come in one time a week, they don't get the results that they were looking for, right? So there's this scale of like 1 to 10, where if you wanted to become a professional bodybuilder, get up on stage, shredded, lean, you're trying to give everything you can to reach those goals. You will pay all the services and all the massage and all the physical therapy and all the different coaches, and then the bodybuilding coaches, and then the nutrition coaches. And you're literally spending all this money to cover your bases on every single thing. To me, that's like a 10. I'm going all in. I have everything I need. Most people, when they come into a fitness routine, they're really on like the 1, but they want the results of 10. So now I'm over here and I say, okay, well, in order to reach your goals, we need to work out 3 times a week. And I want to make sure that we are, drinking more water, and we're going to cut out sweets a couple nights a week or whatever, right? Whatever that client needs. They aren't willing to do that. So what ends up happening is they're like, well, I'll invest 1 time a week and then that's it. Well, when you as the trainer say, okay, well, I want this client no matter what. Oh, totally. We'll give you the 1 time a week. That's what you want. I'm giving you the service for you. Here's the problem. You took their money. They thought they were going to achieve a goal that they wanted for that dollar amount. They will never reach the goal that they were looking for. And now you look like a terrible trainer. And if anything, you've stolen their money, knowing that you wouldn't be able to deliver the service for that dollar amount. So you are better off being upfront, saying, no. If we're going to reach that, you need to do X, Y, Z, set the expectation. And if they're not willing to go all in, then they're not willing to get to their goals. And that kind of nips that in the butt right in the beginning.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about taking people's money, the more money they invest, the better outcome they get, period.
Yeah, because I tend to think that the more that people will invest, the better they're going to get to their goals. So let's break it down like this. If someone comes in, they're spending $50 a month for a gym membership, and that's all that they do, I'm curious to know the percentage of those people who actually reach the goal that they set for themselves. It's probably on the very low end, like 5 or 10% of people might get the weight loss, get stronger, whatever that it might be. Then you invest 1 time a week, half an hour sessions. You might feel better, and that's important. And I'm not saying that feeling better is not important, but are you going to lose the weight? Like, I've got somebody right now that wants to do a pull-up. They are in their 60s, 70s. They train 1 time a week for a half an hour. So we're doing 2 sets of like banded assisted pull-ups and their goal is to do a pull-up, it's not happening. And like, how do you say that as a coach? Like, you're not going to be able to do it just by doing this. And you have to invest more time because I know that you're not coming in and doing it on your own. It's like you have this goal. And that's where kind of the Dayton Squeeze comes into effect, where you have those conversations with people. It's like, in a professional and polite manner, you can't reach this goal because you're not investing the time, the energy, and honestly, the funds into it. If you want to hit this, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And that becomes a conversation after you've built up that rapport with individuals. Like, hey, here's what you want. This is what you've got to do to get it. Whether that be personal training, spending more time on your own, taking supplements, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and creatine and protein, whatever that it might be. Have those conversations with people. And some people, no, I can't do that. I can't invest that time and that energy. Well, that's okay. You're just not going to hit those goals then. Mm-hmm. So it's a trade-off. You don't invest the time and the money, so you're not going to reach the goal, unfortunately. And that's the harsh reality. And we have to feel comfortable with people to discuss that.
Absolutely. I mean, if we break down the pull-up, just for that example, yes, we need to get you stronger. But also, what's the other biggest limiting factor of a pull-up is not strength, it's body weight.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if you're 100 pounds overweight and you want to get to your goal of a pull-up, well, it's going to take a while just to get you into a weight loss situation where you're 50 pounds lighter to then allow your strength to start to come through. So it's like, I can teach you a pull-up today, and I might have 200 pounds of band tension just so you can say you completed a pull-up, but like, you're not getting any better at pull-ups by doing that. And I think we're going to do a programming episode, so I won't talk too much about like banded pull-ups, but we do the banded pull-ups so that we are good. Is that realistically, they will not get a pull-up from getting assistance at the bottom. So like, at the end of the day, we're not even getting these people to do more pull-ups. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Side note. Anyway, so yeah, weight loss, strength training. This takes 2-3 times a week for 6, 9, 12 months. And at that age, the rate at which you can build muscle has slowed down. So now we're talking years, and he's better off. Is he like overweight, or what's the?
Definitely not overweight.
Strength thing for him?
It's definitely more of a strength thing. Not overweight whatsoever. Has never been overweight since we started training together. It's just, it's strength. They're older, not a lot of muscle mass. And it's just not heavy strength training like that. That's pull-ups. You got to be doing heavy strength training. Yep. And it's just not happening during our 1 time a week half-hour session. I can't heavy strength train with you because we don't have time. By the time we would get done a warm-up, your session is done.
Exactly. And so then the second part of that too is, if you're trying to gain muscle, I used weight loss and I didn't ask you a question before.
No, that's fine.
Now knowing that he just needs the strength, okay, well, is he eating enough to build muscle? Because at that age, what I find is people that have never been overweight at that age undereat. Mm-hmm. They're kind of starting to wither away. And as they're aging and their muscle is atrophying, their metabolism's coming down, they lose their appetite. So now all of a sudden we're trying to build muscle in our 60s without any kind of nutrition coach. I think that's very difficult for someone in that age range to gain muscle. They don't want to eat that kind of protein. So now, are they getting the results because you didn't upsell them on the other thing?
Right.
And the answer is no, they're not. So now, are you doing the best thing you can by not squeezing, or would the squeeze actually make you the better trainer for getting your client the results?
Right.
And I don't mean to pick on you, but I want to use that example for people at home that are thinking like, oh, they're just trying to open someone's wallet and pull everything out. No, we're trying to deliver results.
Right. And that takes money. It does. It's like if you're going to have a car and you want to make it a high performance car and you're going to tinker away with the engine, it takes time and money to do that. Like, you want a high performance body and you want it to run really, really well. It takes time and money. And Kyle and I, our services cost money. Our time costs money. So to keep going with like the Dayton Squeeze, I think it's really important that coaches will have their hand in so many different things at their gym. Like, you should know, and we've talked about this before, how to sell a membership, because you'll get a commission, hopefully, if your gym is paying you well. Sell that membership, book them with a consultation for you. During that consultation, you start talking about personal training. And I always recommend that you start with personal training, especially with an untrained individual. Putting them into small group or group exercise, I don't think is the right way to go. I always like the one-on-one, and they can graduate into doing small group or group exercise, whatever that may be. Then we build up that rapport with them. We start talking about nutrition after that. I started small group training so that all of my clients who thought that $80 an hour for personal training was expensive, well, now I can come do small group for $15 or $20 an hour. There will be 12 other people in there with you, and it's not going to be specified to you. But if your issue is weight loss and you have a problem with getting in here on your own, well, now we're going to do these sessions twice a week. Like, I had one person that would do 1 half an hour a week, but they would do small group 3 times a week. That would be the same as if you did 1 hour a week, but I would rather have you do small group if your goal is weight loss. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at that point, you're just trying to get people to move.
Right, exactly. So it's just about trying to convince these clients and members how that they can see results based on like their time, but also like their finances too. Like, how can I get you in here more and invest more dollars and invest more time so that you can see those results, whatever that it might be. And, we started doing nutrition and supplements at my company probably a year ago, actually. And I knew nothing about it. So I learned about it so that I could educate my clients who invest. And it's like every month, I think anywhere between $300 and $500 of supplement sales for me. I don't get like a big commission on that or anything. It's like 10%. So I'm getting like $30 or something like that, but that's okay. That's all right. If my people are going to invest and they feel better and they're gaining muscle because they're taking protein, the commission means nothing, because they'll continue to train with me because they're seeing results.
So I was just going to jump in on that one. And like, I don't even care if the gym pays you well or you get commissions or whatever. If your clients get better results, when they are happy a year from now that they reached their goal, they lost 30 pounds, they hit that new PR on their bench press, they had success. They go online and say, oh my God, Coach Dayton was the best trainer ever. Right. They do not go online and be like, I bought this supplement.
Right. Has nothing to do with the supplement.
No one gives a shit about the supplement, but if it gets them the results, it's going to circle back and give you all the credit. Because even if you are not the greatest trainer, you take someone off the street that's never eaten enough protein, you give them a protein shake, and you get them off the couch 3 times a week and just sweat. Even if your programming is terrible, the protein shake plus movement plus them being sedentary their whole life prior, they're going to lose weight. They're going to be successful, and you're going to get all the credit, even if you're not even a great trainer.
Right. So just educating yourself on like all those things is important. Like, if you don't know how to do small group, like go take a small group class, like find out how to do it, educate yourself. Same thing with supplements. And I'll give you an example. Like, Kyle and I had a supplement episode. Go back and listen to it if you have not. I knew nothing. Yeah, I know. I know nothing about supplements until I took this certification and I taught myself. And I have a client who has a relatively serious medical condition. And after doing a little research, I found that something that could help her medical condition is calcium. And I was like, oh my God, that's like so cheap. I was like, take this. I said, I don't know if it's going to help. I've read some stuff online, like scientific articles, not like stuff that like Men's Health puts out. And I said, and sometimes people do have a little bit of relief from it. Starts taking it, and she feels better. And I don't give a damn if it's placebo. We talked about that. Like, if you feel better and it costs you $20 a month taking calcium to feel better, continue to take calcium. Mm-hmm. And now they're investing more money. It's $20 a month. So what do I see? I see a $2 commission. But if she feels better, she's going to continue to invest time and money into her personal training sessions and continue to come back, all because I read online and I found something that might help her. And so far it is.
And what you did there, not only did you improve her experience and her health and all the great things, flip that on its head. Had you not done that, what ends up happening to this client who They never get their energy back. They never feel quite amazing. They come into every workout being like, oh, another workout. I kind of feel like shit. By getting her feeling good, she actually was more excited to work out. By being excited to work out, she was more consistent. By being more consistent, she got better results. So had you not done that, in 2 months, she might have fallen off and been like, this isn't working. I'm not getting more energy. I'm not feeling better from working out. So now that $20 supplement was the difference of staying on as a client or moving away from fitness. And forget this whole fitness business thing. That woman would have gone back home and been like, I've tried working out. I've tried the gym thing and it doesn't work for me. And that's another person who gets a disservice and poor health for the rest of their lives because they didn't quite get what they were looking for in the gym. And then they never look back.
Yeah.
And those people we lose forever. So that $20 supplement changed her entire life. Now, do you feel bad about asking for more money?
No. God, no. I think that kind of summarizes this whole episode. We knew it was going to be a short one, but don't feel bad about asking people to spend more money with you if it's going to see or it's going to give them results. Like, feel bad if you're just like pushing stuff on people that they don't need. Like, I'm not pushing pre-workout on people that don't need it. My super flexible clients, I'm like, oh, we don't need to spend time stretching. You know, are you getting enough protein? Well, I'm not going to push this on you if you are getting enough protein. Like, those are the things that you have to kind of look at yourself, like, morally, am I pushing things on people that they don't need? If you truly believe that they need it, then talk to them about it. Get them to invest more time and energy in you, and they will see great results and stay with you for a long time. And like Kyle said, they'll tell people about you, and then it will just come full circle. You'll get more referrals, more people in your gym, and you'll build this amazing community of exercisers, which is what we want. I'm so sick of the same 17% of the population exercising every day. I need more. Give me more.
I know I bring this up probably once a month, like every few episodes, because it's one of those numbers that drives me crazy. We have 3 times more gyms in the last 10 years, and we have the same percentage of the population exercising. So what that means is we went from every other person having 1 gym membership to every other person having 4 gym memberships. And we didn't get more people into fitness.
And the population continues to rise. So the number is actually going down if you think about it. The percentage may,
it's
percentage
on
stay the same.
Man.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Hopefully,
if anybody can figure that out, they will be a multi-billionaire. Yeah. How can we get more people to spend more time and money in gyms? And like Kyle said, that's our job. That's what we have to do. We have to be the preachers and make sure that everybody's seeing that they can actually do this and feel better. That's the main goal. Feel better.
100%. All right. Thanks, y'all. See you next week.
Bye.